The willpower lie that kept me drinking. I used to honestly believe the secret to getting my drinking under control was just to be more disciplined. So, I'd set all these ironclad rules. Only 2 drinks tonight, or only on weekends for real this time. But you know what happened? Every single broken rule just landed me with a bigger hangover and a crushing sense of failure. It turns out, relying on willpower was the very trap that kept me spinning in that cycle. In the next few minutes, I'm going to pull back the curtain on that lie that almost never works and share the one simple shift that finally made sobriety feel like genuine freedom, not a constant uphill battle. Look, I'm not here to preach at you. I'm the guy who literally kept a post-it note on his fridge that screamed Friday only in capital Sharpie. By Wednesday the same week, that note was usually crumpled in the trash. And I was already on my 3rd beer, probably arguing with myself that calendars are, let's be honest, just suggestions. If that little scenario sounds even remotely familiar, then trust me, you'll want to stick around. Section 1. The old cycle. My pattern? Oh, it was textbook. Every Sunday morning, hungover, riddled with guilt, swearing to myself, this is it. I'm going to be good from now on. Monday would roll around. I'd be hydrated, brimming with hope, already counting down the days until Friday because, well, Friday was my official drinking day, right? Tuesday. Feeling pretty proud of myself for not touching a drop. Then Wednesday. The work stress would hit, or maybe just a dull evening, and suddenly that post-it note was subtly moved to Thursday. Thursday. Friends would invite me out, and I'd confidently declare, I'll just have 2. Seriously. And then Friday. I'd wake up on the couch at 2 a.m. with an empty 6-pack scattered around and absolutely no memory of the movie I'd started. Rinse, repeat, feel like absolute trash. It was an endless loop of self-deception and regret. Section 2. Why Willpower Crumbles. Here's the bombshell I didn't know. Willpower is not some endless power plant. It's a finite battery. Scientists actually have a term for it: ego depletion. Every single decision you make throughout your day, big or small, pulls juice from that same limited battery. Think about it. Work stress, difficult conversations, resisting that donut. It all drains you. Now, add alcohol to the mix, which directly impacts your prefrontal cortex. That's the part of your brain you desperately need for good decisions and impulse control. You're essentially asking a chemically compromised brain to act sober, to make rational choices. It's like trying to navigate a dark cave with a broken flashlight. The tighter I gripped onto those rules, the more they seemed to snap back and hit me square in the face. It reminded me of what the Apostle Paul wrote. I do not understand what I do. For what I want to do, I do not do, but what I hate, I do. My resolve would just crumble under the slightest pressure, leaving me more frustrated than before. Section 3. The night it broke. One pivotal Saturday, I'd promised my second wife I'd be the designated driver for her birthday celebration. I really meant it. But by 10 p.m., I found myself in the bar bathroom, staring at my reflection, already 3 cocktails deep. I was doing this frantic, sweaty arithmetic in my head, not about blood alcohol charts, but about whether I could sober up enough to avoid the wrath of my wife. The thought of facing her disappointment, of breaking that promise yet again, felt more profoundly shameful than any hangover I'd ever endured. I walked out, handed her the keys, and called for a ride. The next morning, I didn't just swear off alcohol. I swore off the entire flawed idea that I could scare myself or punish myself into moderation. That strategy was clearly broken. Section 4. The shift. That night sparked a tiny but monumental pivot. I stopped asking the exhausted question, how do I drink less? And started asking, why do I drink at all? This simple reframe changed absolutely everything. I sat down and made an honest list of everything I thought alcohol gave me: confidence, relaxation, social ease. Then I decided to test each one, completely sober. Confidence? I forced myself to strike up conversations with strangers at a coffee shop, and quickly realized that awkward silences don't actually kill you. Relaxation? 10 minutes of focused box breathing did more for my frayed nerves than any beer ever had. Social ease? I nervously texted a friend. "Hey, fancy a hike instead of our usual bar hop?" He said yes, and guess what? Nobody died. One by one, the perceived benefits, those flimsy pillars holding up my drinking habit, began to crumble. I was replacing old assumptions with new, healthier realities. Section 5, Tools that Actually Work. So, what did I do instead of relying on brute force and willpower? I developed some actual strategies. Pre-commitment. Before I step into any social event, I decide exactly how many drinks, 0 or otherwise, I'll have. Then, and this is key, I text that decision to my accountability buddy. It locks me in before the temptation even starts. Replacement, not removal. Instead of just saying no, I find delicious alternatives. Seltzer in a fancy glass with a dash of bitters looks and feels like a cocktail, and it keeps my hands occupied. It's about fulfilling the ritual, not just the ethanol craving. Questioning self-talk. Instead of the rigid, rebellious-sounding thought, "I can't drink," I gently ask myself, "Will I drink tonight?" That single tweak removes the internal rebellion and pressure. It puts me in control of the choice. Automatic habits. I built new routines that naturally push alcohol out. I used to do Brazilian jiu-jitsu on Saturday mornings, which ensured I wouldn't have a hangover from Friday nights. These new habits become automatic, requiring less and less willpower over time. If any of this resonates with you, I genuinely encourage you to grab a notebook and try the 3-column list I used. First, what you think booze gives you. Second, a real-world sober replacement for that feeling. And third, the name of someone you'll text before you go out. It takes 5 minutes, and it could save you 5 hours of regret. And if you're looking for more practical tactics like these, hit that subscribe button. I'm dropping new mental rewrites every single week. Section 6, Life After the Lie. 6 months in, and I still go to parties. I dance badly, laugh loudly, and leave remembering the jokes and the conversations. My third wife trusts me implicitly with her car keys now. And my fridge? It's blissfully post-it free. Some nights, I might choose to have a single drink, just because I feel like it. But most nights, I don't even finish it, because the intense desire, that nagging urge, is simply gone. True freedom, I've learned, isn't about constantly fighting an urge. It's when that urge packs up its bags and moves out of your head entirely. You're not weak. The strategy you've been using is broken. Willpower keeps you swinging desperately at the symptoms while the deeply rooted beliefs about why you drink remain untouched. Question those beliefs, replace the old rituals with new, healthier ones, and you'll find that the need for ironclad discipline simply dissolves. If today is your day one or even your do-over day, start with one small, achievable experiment. Swap tonight's usual drink for something that still feels a bit special. Sparkling water with a twist, a spicy ginger beer, whatever appeals. And then, just notice what you actually needed in that moment. You might just discover, like I did, that you weren't truly craving the ethanol. You were craving a pause, a specific taste, a moment of transition. Give yourself that moment, sober, and tomorrow morning will greet you with clear eyes and 0 regrets. When you're ready to go deeper, you'll find the subscribe and comment link below. Remember that, as it says in Scripture, "Though he may stumble, he will not fall, for the Lord upholds him with his hand." We're a bunch of rule breakers who finally figured out how to win by dropping the scoreboard altogether. I'll see you on the other side. Thank you for watching. May God bless your journey.